Gentlemen, you've already received your instructions in the dressing room for the IBF Flyweight Championship of the World. You both know exactly what I expect. Please give me a good, hard, clean fight. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
I'm not sure either one of those men understood a word that Mark Nelson said, but they've been through it so many times, they know what he meant.
Unified rules of boxing, 10-point must-scoring system, no standing 8, no 3 knockdown rule. A boxer cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case of an accidental foul, we go to the scorecards after the completion of the 4th round. IBF World Flyweight title, Zou Shiming in the blue and gold trunks, and Amnat Ruenroeng in the yellow with the red trim.
Both of these fighters normally throw a large amount of punches, high volume of punches, without a lot of power, but they can generate power, as the first good combination comes from the champion, by the numbers of punches and the crispness that they throw with.
This is their first time meeting each other as professionals. Ruenroeng said things have changed because now I can counter. He won the first amateur fight. Shiming won the next 2. Ruenroeng getting in there with a jab. And the crowd's starting to come alive already for Shiming. Right hand landed by Ruenroeng.
Ruenroeng looks strong and confident. He looks the stronger of the two just when you see them there standing next to each other in body type.
These guys are good friends, but at the weigh-in there wasn't much said. Ruenroeng actually credits Shiming for helping him during those times of despair, getting him through. Now it's all business. Shiming doing some dancing. Is he going to throw some punches?
Yeah, slow start for Zou, slower than usual.
Ruenroeng goes to the belly. And off the ropes quickly, Ruenroeng. And Zou has missed his last 2 jabs with Ruenroeng keeping the distance. He talked about that during our meeting, about keeping the distance.
These are 2 real professionals. I think what they're doing in there right now.
Right hand landed by Ruenroeng.
Basically, this is a study hall round, it looks like to me. They're feinting with each other. There's a lot of shoulder feints. They're trying to see how their opponent reacts to what they're doing in there.
And the experience will definitely be something to watch here. Combination, left hook punctuated it by Ruenroeng. You know, Shiming, it's his 7th pro fight. We said he's had a lot of amateur fights, but Ruenroeng's been there in 12 rounders, and with the title on the line, that's something that he's definitely got to work with that's in his favor.
I thought it was very important in regard to that Zou Shiming, his last fight did go 12 rounds, and he was able to experience that.
And Ruenroeng doing a very good job defensively. He landed some punches, a couple of combinations in that first round, and looked like he dominated it.
I thought Ruenroeng won that round, and that's got to give him a boost of confidence, not that he didn't already enter the ring with it. That is Marvin Samodio in front of Zou.
Now, we need more in and out. Quicker. All right. Ano lang? Jab, I'm not jab.
Francisco Jaro is the trainer for Ruenroeng.
Jab, come back, jab. Okay? Idea, same, one in, okay.
And I think he said the word jab at least 10 times in those instructions. There's 2 more.
Okay.
So a slow start for Shiming. Bob Arum said Zou is the engine behind all the activity in China. He is the poster boy. Is he feeling some pressure tonight?
Well, he insisted he wasn't, but how could he not? I mean, sometimes, and you have to learn how to deal with that. Manny Pacquiao did with basically carrying the Philippines as a country into the ring every time that he fought.
And Ruenroeng thought that he was going to feel some pressure. He said, Zou will represent his country, but I will be fighting for my life, my family, and for Thailand. I can't lose.
Study hall may be over now. They come out a little bit more focused and intense with their punches here at the start of round 2.
Again, Shiming trying to throw that jab, but not landing it. And Ruenroeng with a nice combination counter. He fell down. It's a knockdown. It's a knockdown. 6. He was off balance. Hey, come here.
I'll advise you right now that Ruenroeng was down in his last fight as well against McWilliams Arroyo and rose to win it.
And now Shiming getting a little bold. It was Ruenroeng throwing the punches there before he was dropped. Shiming lands an overhand right.
He got hit too. A little bit reckless defensively with Shiming after his success.
And now Shiming showing a little bit of zip, a little bit of confidence. Good combination by Shiming. The left hook got in there nicely.
You could just tell from the second round bell when he came out that he was more intense on starting to do some damage.
Ruenroeng misses with the jab. Right hand by Ruenroeng. A little bit of a chess match right now between both guys.
Shiming was not confident enough to really go after Amnat in the way that he thought that he might just score a knockout here in the second round and really build on that advantage.
Coming to the end of round 2. And Shiming with a knockdown in the second.
Hey, Amnat Ruenroeng was over there. He's going to the knockdown timekeeper and saying that it was not a knockdown. But the timekeeper pointed to the ref and said the ref called it.
So he was slipping. That's where I saw it first.
Right, but the fact that there was that light left hand right at the end, you'll see it right there, that little left hand. Mark Nelson saw it, and so that's why he called that a knockdown.
He's off balance. And Shiming caught him with that little left, so that's a big round for him.
Probably gets him a 10-8 round, even though it was a questionable knockdown, or not a real, certainly not a hard knockdown.
Round 3 scheduled for 12 IBF World Flyweight title. Zou Shiming, Amnat Ruenroeng.
That last fight against McWilliams Arroyo that we told you about, in which Amnat Ruenroeng was knocked down in the 6th round. He was hurt in that fight, and that knockdown, he was very slow to get up. He insists that he wasn't really hurt, but you could see that he was. But he did come back and win that fight.
Ruenroeng's hand very quick. Combination, that time Ruenroeng scored.
It's funny, Ruenroeng was not only telling the timekeeper no, the knockdown timekeeper, but all of us here at ringside waving his hands, no, that wasn't enough between rounds. It's not what he calls, it's what referee Mark Nelson called.
Ruenroeng gets through with the jab, follows it up with the right hand. Shiming says, didn't bother me.
Another storyline we need to touch on is the fact that Freddie Roach is actually here with Zou Shiming tonight instead of being back in Los Angeles, because where Manny Pacquiao has already opened training for the May 2nd fight with Floyd Mayweather. And that was with the blessings of Manny, and he said, Zou needs you.
Oh, that's a throwdown. That was a little wrestling style. Timeout taken by the referee, Mark Nelson.
That could get a point deduction. That was flagrant enough.
Okay. No more, he says.
But I'll tell you, that was pretty flagrant foul.
Here we go. Time in. Come on.
He really threw him down pretty good.
Anyway, in terms of Freddie Roach, Zou was very thankful that Freddie was here and wanted to come, and that Manny gave his blessings to that.
A warning to Ruenroeng for keeping those blows up. That one was below the equator. Freddie Roach was actually the one that said to Manny, I don't know if I should go. And Manny said, go. He belongs in China, trying to win a title with you next day.
And it's been a busy night throughout this card. Freddie Roach had 3 fighters on this card tonight, so he's got a lot of work to do.
Ruenroeng doing some smiling as he throws the jab.
I think he's ultimately confident.
Leading with the right hand.
Watch your heads, guys. Watch your heads.
And physically, Ruenroeng is throwing his weight around.
Yeah, I think you're right, Bruce. I think that you can see a clear edge in just the strength factor for the champion.
Nelson's got some work to do there. He warned about the accidental headbutt just a couple moments ago. He's already had a throwdown in this round. Shiming lunging and missing. And that round was a little bit more like wrestling than boxing, and Shiming goes to the wrong corner, and Ruenroeng points him in the right direction. Let's take a look at that tackle. This is really what this turned out to be, a throwdown.
There was also a clash of heads there, and then he just grabbed him and threw him down. And Ruenroeng, I think, wants to rough up Shiming here tonight.
That was a blatant throwdown. And referee Mark Nelson warned both fighters. I think the next time he'll take a point away.
You know, the referee doesn't have to give a fighter a warning. He could have taken a point, I believe.
Well, it's clearly marked now. We're at the Venetian Macao at the Cotai Arena. The world's largest casino floor here at the Venetian Macao. And this arena, which holds 15,000 tonight, is filled with 10,000 with the upper bowl roped off.
They might have been able to open that upper bowl because they sold out the lower bowl.
So round number 4. Ruenroeng gets the right hand through.
One thing Shiming is going to have to do tonight is to figure out a way to deal with the strength of Ruenroeng. He's going to have to counteract that in some fashion.
And there's the jab and the quickness of Ruenroeng. And he gets out of trouble. This time backing up. Shiming thought he had him up against the ropes. Ruenroeng was out of there in no time. Back to the body. The jab has clearly belonged to Ruenroeng thus far.
It's a long jab and a good weapon.
And he's got that 5-inch advantage in reach. Ruenroeng swinging wildly with the right hand. Now Shiming swings wildly and almost fell off his feet.
Both getting a little over anxious in this round. Ruenroeng coming off a great 2014. He won the title last year with his victory over Rocky Fuentes and then successfully defended it twice. That's the year of his life, no question about it.
I mean, he's only been pro for 2 years and 10 months. He's already got 14 wins. That's staying active. And he's 35, so his window of opportunity is not there for much longer. Again, taking the fight to Shiming is Ruenroeng. Hooks the jab. Then he doubles up with it.
Look at the chess match here. Who's going to move first?
Ruenroeng again leading with that jab. Shiming is moving but not throwing punches.
I thought this might be a battle of jabs tonight, but so far the battle being won easily in terms of the jab category by the champion.
This time Shiming leads with the body. Leads to the body with the left jab. Look at Ruenroeng just trying to measure him, find the opening, throws the right. Oh, he got a left hook through. Ruenroeng scored nicely and Shiming went off into a dance. Perhaps a sign that he did feel it.
Time!
And as you can see from our wide shot, Amnat Ruenroeng is still not sitting down between rounds. He has stood up between rounds. Slight cut on the bridge of the nose. Let's take a look at some of the action from that last round, round 4. Shiming got caught pulling away there. Now that's just an amateur mistake. Backing away, pulling the head back.
You're backing him up.
Shiming, a big superstar here in China, cameo in the latest Transformers movie, started advertisements for Beats headphones with LeBron James and Serena Williams. He is the driving force here, putting China on the global boxing map. Round 5 scheduled for 12. Shiming looking for the title that Ruenroeng owns. 4th time meeting for these two guys, 3 times in the amateur ranks. Shiming won twice. That's a long time ago. 2010, the last time they met.
Really a good weapon, and it almost looks like Ruenroeng thinks he can win this fight with the jab alone.
Especially if it's not answered.
I still get the feeling Shiming is trying to figure him out.
Shiming lunging with the jab. That time he follows it in with the right hand. Another warning from referee Mark Nelson about the clashing of heads, which wasn't serious. Shiming losing his balance again. It's a 22-foot square ring. It's big in there. Ruenroeng right hand. Ruenroeng again, combination, punctuated by the left hook.
Shiming trying to lure him into leading. Ruenroeng a little reluctant to do so.
That time Ruenroeng decided not to pick him up or throw him down.
Shiming wanted to counter there through sticking his chin out there, doing it again. He wants to make Ruenroeng miss so that he can counterpunch.
So much of this fight being waged right in the center of the ring. Oh, Shiming got a right hand in there. Back to the jab and smiles from both guys. Ruenroeng firing the right hand. See, I think Ruenroeng likes to play the role of counterpuncher, but it's hard to do if Shiming's not leading with those jabs. So he's got to come up with alternate tactics.
And he has been just out-jabbed by Ruenroeng so far.
Right hand got through that time by Ruenroeng. That's a slip.
That corner, by the way, has had trouble all night in some of the earlier undercard fights. We've been watching fighters slipping over there.
Looking for the bell here, and that ends the 5th round.
No knockdown, guys.
No knockdown. clear on a slip there. Shiming might have landed the best punch of the round. Good left hook.
Yep, he leaped in with that. It was almost a sucker punch that he caught him with. The left and then a little follow-up right.
And again, the balance was off there for Ruenroeng. He could have gone down again.
Both fighters seem to be having a little fun in there. But Shiming, in my estimation, has to step on the gas.
Good luck here at the Cotai Arena. The Cavs were here against the Magic and the NBA. Agassi and Sampras were here for tennis. The Rolling Stones perform, and Katy Perry is coming in May. This is a hot arena as we head to the 6th round. Shiming looking for the belt that Ruenroeng holds right now. Shiming looking to become the first gold medalist from China to win a world title. He would become the second world titleist if he did win it tonight. Song Zozong won it 2012 over Javier Martinez Resendez. He was 30 years old at the time for the WBC Minimumweight Championship.
But it is really Zou who has enabled boxing, mainstream boxing, to really put a wedge into China. Top-rank promoter Bob Arum electing to come over here, promote numerous fights, utilizing Zou as his vehicle for that. And that has really proven successful.
Ruenroeng putting his hands up, showing the ref that he was cooperating on that break, and he goes to the body. There's a nice right hand, clean and crisp by Ruenroeng. And Shiming answers. Crowd getting behind Shiming now. Who walks it to a right by Ruenroeng.
Well, they said he had to pick up his pace, and he is picking up the volume of punches, throwing more punches in this round. He's got to do it. He's got to be busier. Going to have to out-hustle Ruenroeng.
Again, that Ruenroeng jab has been ever present. Now Shiming getting aggressive. But Ruenroeng's smart defensively. He knows how to grab, he knows how to clinch.
Right, and then he can use his strength when he does that, too, to wear down the opponent. And he came here very confident. He really has not been messed up by this whole atmosphere at all. In fact, when we asked him yesterday at the fighter meetings what he expected, tonight he goes very calmly, well, I expect to win. That's simple.
Shiming fires a jab. Can he follow it up? Can he double up on that jab? Can he throw a combination off of it? And this time Shiming picks up Ruenroeng and puts him into the ropes. Shiming had him against the ropes but did not throw leather, and that ends the 6th, so we're midway through this title fight.
All right, thank you, Jerry.
I think that knockdown is keeping Shiming in the fight in terms of the judges.
And that's why Ruenroeng can't get too comfortable in terms of the scoring.
Amnat jab, boom, boom, din out.
Ruenroeng coming forward. Decided not to throw the left jab in that case, but to throw the right uppercut.
You're controlling the fight when he's backing up. He's getting tired. Control the fight, keep backing him up.
So you heard Freddie Roach saying he's getting tired. I have it 57-56 to this point for Ruenroeng, giving a 10-8 round to Shiming in the 2nd. for the knockdown, whether it was pretty or not. I think both corners still know it's anybody's fight. Ruenroeng back to the jab. Shiming comes in, landed a right hand.
That's the best thing that Ruenroeng's got going for him tonight is that jab. He's got a clear advantage in the jabs over Shiming. Shiming, when he puts punches together, though, can be eye-catching.
Again, Ruenroeng. Jab this time goes with the right hand to the body.
But this time, Zou countered. These guys are going up in the air more than any fight I can remember.
When Shiming gets aggressive, Ruenroeng figures out ways to stop the onslaught by either grabbing him or doing something. Good jab there by Shiming. Ruenroeng got through with a left hand. And again, a wild roundhouse move there. No knockdown call. Looks like a little bit of a throw by Ruenroeng.
And the crowd's not going to cut Ruenroeng any breaks tonight.
They don't boo often here.
That may be the first booing I've heard in this arena in 2 years.
Now Shiming getting more aggressive and busier. He needs to get busier. Ruenroeng switching to southpaw for a second.
And I just don't get the feeling that either fighter is feeling a sense of urgency about the situation yet.
.30 seconds to go in the 7th. This round still very much up for grabs. There's a right hand. Straight right, and back to the jab goes Ruenroeng. Ruenroeng landing as Shiming goes backwards. And now Ruenroeng showing us a little footwork.
But the crowd gets on him for that.
Sorry guys, that's part of ring generalship.
And still no stool in the corner.
Very good. Now, you're backing him up. He's tired. You need to lay more punches up. When he's backing up, okay? Just sit out. Same, I'm not no tight. And then nobody put on, no, nobody out. Just sit out. Okay.
I think I understood that, which is hit and get out. And Freddie Roach is being simple in what he's telling Shiming. You've got to be more active.
Yep, throw more punches and back him up. If Shiming could land a few more jabs, he might be able to do that.
Bruce Beck and Rich Verrata with you. 8th round scheduled for 12 in Macau, China. And Shiming missing. Gotta watch it when you miss on these, especially on this apron. It's very, very slippery. Now the surface of the actual ring is slippery. Shiming comes in, but no punches. Ruenroeng looking, and again, very content to get a tie. I think Ruenroeng would like to turn this into a brawl. And has from time to time. A jab got through.
Shiming's knee almost touched the canvas. Now Ruenroeng backing away, throwing the jab while he's backing off. Shiming trying to come forward, trying to change the style of the fight here. He wants to be the man going forward. That's what Roach was telling him between rounds.
Boy, that's a crisp jab he's throwing out there now, Ruenroeng.
And you know, he's got those long arms. Remember, he's got a 5-inch reach advantage.
Shiming answers. That's what he needs to be doing. Good jab by Shiming.
I think Ruenroeng, it's been documented that he has actually the longest reach of anyone in this division. And he can exploit that with his jab. He brings it from down low. He puts it down there at waist level.
Now this is a talented division. Roman Gonzalez undefeated, 42-0, 36 KOs. Juan Francisco Estrada, 31-2. Lost to Gonzalez, but still owns the WBA and WBO titles. This division in the weights is very, very good. Back to the days of Mark Johnson, Ricardo Lopez, and Michael Carvajal, maybe. There's Shiming getting aggressive, goes to the body, lands a couple of punches.
That's exactly what he needs. More volume, though. Volume punching is what Shiming needs.
Right hand got through by Ruenroeng. I'm not sure what that last dance accomplished, but we've reached the end of the 8th.
Cut the tape. Just cut it.
And referee Mark Nelson says to cut the tape off that left glove of Shiming, which keeps dangling around.
All right, we take a look at that last little pat on the back of the head. Not really designed to injure an opponent, but nonetheless.
Ref saying, come on, come on. It's not like the right hand clearly got through, but he backed him up anyway.
Yeah, again, he kind of walked into it. Ruenroeng doesn't want him touching that cut on his nose. And again, the instructions are very clear. Jab, jab. They feel they can win the fight with one punch, basically, the left jab. And it has been very effective. I think it's the singular punch so far that stands out in this fight.
Round number 9. IBF World Flyweight title on the line. Zou Shiming, blue and gold trunks. Amnat Ruenroeng, the champion, yellow with red trunks. Peppering the jab. Ruenroeng very content to just throw it out there. Combination, that time he led with his right hand.
I'm not sure if I agree with Freddie Roach that Ruenroeng's getting tired. It might have been more of a motivational approach that he's using on Shiming.
See, there's Shiming very, very, very crisp with his jab. And the crowd comes to life. Ruenroeng answers. A little bit of action here in the 9th round with Ruenroeng highlighting it with that left hand.
Yeah, when Shiming tries to come forward, a lot of times he finds that left right in his face.
Shiming chops away at the midsection.
Some combination punching like that, that's what Shiming needs.
Doesn't hurt Shiming to get a little physical here too, rough him up. No, stop. Stop. Again, they go through the ropes now. Look at this. And that's Ruenroeng's roughhouse tactics. I get the feeling Shiming wants to be more aggressive, like Freddie Roach told him.
Well, he's going to have to slip those jabs, move to the side, and come and basically get inside, do some damage, and get out. Not an easy jab to slip, though. It is long and strong.
Shiming is quick on his feet. He jukes well. When he throws those punches, putting some pressure on Ruenroeng to go back. But perhaps not enough in this round and throughout the fight. Now Ruenroeng doubling up again with the left. There's the jab at the bell.
Only that. Okay. Okay. What the? No, Martin. Okay. Amnat. Jab. Side, qua. Then jab. Boom. Boom. Boom.
就像你们每天在练的时候一样切断，不要让他们跑掉。
He only moves one way. He moves into your overhand right.
他只有一个方向走，所以他就会右手的右摆的迎击正好能打中他。
Right hook, left hook.
右勾和左勾。
We need to pick it up. We need to pick it up. We need.
You heard Freddie Roach. We need to pick it up. We need to pick it up. It's only got 3 rounds to do it.
I thought from the very beginning of Zou Shiming's career that this would be one of Freddie Roach's toughest assignments, because he had to turn a fighter basically from an amateur who really epitomized the amateur style into a professional.
Keep your head up, baby. Get him off his head.
And I think he's come a long way in that. But the question is, will he get that final hurdle here tonight?
He had a lot of amateur fights, only 6 fights as a pro. Ruenroeng, ever-present jab, getting through. This time Shiming pushing Ruenroeng down.
No knockdown.
Again, no knockdown. The will is there for Shiming, for sure. The execution hasn't been as good as the will. Ruenroeng with a 2-punch combination. And that right hand was right on the button.
Well, that was a new one.
That was another tough one to call. But Shiming is working. At least he's doing what his corner wants him to.
And that's what he's got to be, is active. Ruenroeng basically throws 1 punch at a time. He is not a combination puncher. Shiming is.
That's a right hand that gets through. He set it up nicely tonight. To the body goes Shiming. Good idea. Will he follow it up? These guys find every opportunity to rough each other up whenever they can. I think Shiming is fighting fire with fire.
Now he needs to do something to kind of throw off the equilibrium of the champion, who's at times been able to set the style of the fight on his plate, just exactly the way that he wanted.
Shiming reaching with the hook. Oh, that one got through by Ruenroeng. Shiming chops away at the body. Shiming's going to pay the price if he goes after Ruenroeng, but he's got to do it now with only 2 rounds to go. thought that was a better round for Shiming. But he's going to really have to close with a flurry to make this close, I think.
He did pick it up. He picked up his work output, no question about it.
Okay.
What's your leader?
We need to land more combinations.
他需要你打出更多的这个组合拳。只剩2个回合。
哎，
但是打得积极点。
Let your hands go.
Let your hands go. It's the last thing I heard from Freddie Roach's corner. Ruenroeng continues to stand in his corner. You don't see many guys do that.
No, the last one I can remember that would stand for this long, I mean, over the course of a 12-round fight, was George Foreman.
Maybe it was too much effort to have to sit down.
He didn't want to get up again.
There's Shiming landing a right hand. Freddie Roach saying we need to land more combinations from Shiming, hoping perhaps he can catch Ruenroeng moving the wrong way. Maybe drop him again.
It's something we referred to earlier, the importance of going that 12 rounds and 12 hard rounds in that last fight for
that's a
Shiming.
big right hand. Ruenroeng scores there. And back to the jab he goes. And right off the jab. See, that's where he does use a combination. After 2 or 3 jabs, he looks for the right hand. Shiming comes after him. And Shiming gets knocked down, but that is not a knockdown. That's another slip. Another throwdown, if you will. Even the one knockdown in the fight was a little bit shaky.
In my opinion, Ruenroeng hasn't used that right enough tonight, following the jab. It's been there for him.
Shiming turning it to a pull.
He's got to show he wants that championship. He'll get it.
This is the championship round. Shiming's got to know that. Ruenroeng gets the right hand through. Shiming coming back, chopping to the body. But Ruenroeng does a good job again in tying him up close.
Get him off, go back. Get him off.
I think that's where Ruenroeng's experience comes into play, knowing how to engage his opponent, knowing how to grab him. All those things, those are crafty things you learn as you continue through the pro ranks.
He's overcome a lot. He's overcome drug addiction, 3 stints in jail, poverty, trying to overcome a guy who has the backing of a whole country behind him in his home country.
Shiming misses and Ruenroeng laughs as he backs away. I think defensively, Ruenroeng has fought a very, very good fight. As you look around here at this arena, at the Venetian Macao, Cotai Arena, heading to the 12th and final round. Ruenroeng has been there before 5 times. He's 5-0 in 12-rounders. Shiming 1-0. His last fight that he captured the WBO Eliminator fight in Macau on the undercard of Chris Algieri Manny Pacquiao was a 12-round victory over one Sung Chai Jim.
Right direction. He's ready. He moves one way.
But you got to believe experience means a lot here. 5 times going the distance.
Yeah, but at least, you know, he did go, Shiming did do it the last time, and it was a hard fight, and he got through it. But I think he's going to need to bring it in this last round.
Absolutely. Here we go. 12th and final round of this IBF World Flyweight title fight in Macau, China. Ruenroeng trying to retain the belt. Shiming trying to become the second Chinese man to capture a world title. Crowd imploring Shiming to go after him. There's a crisp jab from Shiming.
Shiming walked right into that right.
He's walked into a lot of rights in this fight. And Ruenroeng again turning it into a wrestling match. Shiming got through. And Ruenroeng, as per his antics, tactics, grabs whatever he can.
Ruenroeng, to me, is fighting like a guy who feels he's got it sewed up.
Shiming's got to dig down deep.
I've seen that work against fighters in the past.
Ruenroeng with a combination. I believe Shiming's will has been there the whole fight. He just has not been able to land as effectively as he would have liked. And Ruenroeng's defense, I think, has a lot to do with that.
Ruenroeng not throwing.
Here comes Shiming, wild right hand. He could use a knockout here. He may need a knockout.
A knockdown certainly would complicate matters, since he already has a knockdown to his credit in the fight, giving him a 2-point edge most likely in that round.
You never know how the judges will handle this fight. Final seconds of the bout. Shiming still chasing, still stalking, and Ruenroeng still evasive as ever.
And still smiling.
And the crowd's booing as Shiming picks up Ruenroeng with just seconds to go. And that will do it. Both fighters raising their hands in victory. It will go to the scorecards.
It appears as though both fighters think they won.
And the question is, how will the judges look at the busyness? How will they look at the jab? How will they look at all that picking up of each other and throwing each other down?
Right, well, Shiming was throwing probably 3-4 punches to everyone that Amnat Ruenroeng was throwing. Ruenroeng, however, had the more effective punches, I thought.
All right, we wait for the decision. Let's take a look at some of these important rounds. Here was the knockdown of the second.
That's right, there was a left hand there. It was a light left, but it was there, and he went down, so it was scored a knockdown by Nelson. Depending upon how the judges see it, of course, it could be important. There was what I felt was a blatant foul on Ruenroeng, but
that might have been a big point that he did not lose.
Did not take away. Ruenroeng was trying to keep the fight at long range was his best strategy during the course of the fight. Little love tap to the back of the head by Ruenroeng, and it didn't seem as though Shiming was too bothered by that. There's Shiming coming forward. He started to pick up that work output in the later rounds. This is very important, I thought, for him to try to get those rounds, which were still close, but to try to get those late rounds. At the bell, they both raise their arms. Will he bring the title back to Thailand with him?
He knew it would be a challenge. He knew this crowd was going to be very partisan. He knew Shiming was ready, but he had his number in the amateur ranks. But Ruenroeng was not scared. Traveled over here from Thailand, took this fight, looking for his third successful defense. And to me, he was busy throughout. And that jab was the dominant punch in the fight. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Venetian Macao, we go to the scorecards. All three judges have the same score, 116 to 111, all to the winner by unanimous decision. And still IBF Flyweight Champion of the World, still undefeated, Amnat Ruenroeng.
My gosh, Steve Lillis had it 115.
Gentlemen, you've already received your instructions in the dressing room for the IBF Flyweight Championship of the World. You both know exactly what I expect. Please give me a good, hard, clean fight. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
I'm not sure either one of those men understood a word that Mark Nelson said, but they've been through it so many times, they know what he meant.
Unified rules of boxing, 10-point must-scoring system, no standing 8, no 3 knockdown rule. A boxer cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case of an accidental foul, we go to the scorecards after the completion of the 4th round. IBF World Flyweight title, Zou Shiming in the blue and gold trunks, and Amnat Ruenroeng in the yellow with the red trim.
Both of these fighters normally throw a large amount of punches, high volume of punches, without a lot of power, but they can generate power as the first good combination comes from the champion by the numbers of punches and the crispness that they throw with.
This is their first time meeting each other as professionals. Ruenroeng said things have changed because now I can counter. He won the first amateur fight. Shiming won the next 2. Ruenroeng getting in there with a jab. And the crowd's starting to come alive already for Shiming. Right hand landed by Ruenroeng.
Ruenroeng looks strong and confident. He looks the stronger of the two just when you see them there standing next to each other in body type.
These guys are good friends, but at the weigh-in there wasn't much said. Ruenroeng actually credits Shiming for helping him during those times of despair, getting him through. Now it's all business. Shiming doing some dancing. Is he going to throw some punches?
Yeah, slow start for Zou, slower than usual.
Ruenroeng goes to the belly. And off the ropes quickly, Ruenroeng. And Zou has missed his last 2 jabs with Ruenroeng keeping the distance. He talked about that during our meeting, about keeping the distance.
These are 2 real professionals. I think what they're doing in there right now.
Right hand landed by Ruenroeng.
Basically, this is a study hall round, it looks like to me. They're feinting with each other. There's a lot of shoulder feints. They're trying to see how their opponent reacts to what they're doing in there.
And the experience will definitely be something to watch here. Combination, left hook punctuated it by Ruenroeng. You know, Shiming, it's his 7th pro fight. We said he's had a lot of amateur fights, but Ruenroeng's been there in 12 rounders, and with the title on the line, that's something that he's definitely got to work with that's in his favor.
I thought it was very important in regard to that Zou Shiming, his last fight did go 12 rounds, and he was able to experience that.
And Ruenroeng doing a very good job defensively. He landed some punches, a couple of combinations in that first round, and looked like he dominated it.
I thought Ruenroeng won that round, and that's got to give him a boost of confidence, not that he didn't already enter the ring with it. That is Marvin Samodio in front of Zou.
No, we need more in and out. Quicker. All right. Ano lang? Jab, I'm not jab.
Francisco Jaro is the trainer for Ruenroeng.
Jab, come back, jab. Okay? Idea, same, one in, okay.
And I think he said the word jab at least 10 times in those instructions. There's 2 more.
Okay.
So a slow start for Shiming. Bob Arum said Zou is the engine behind all the activity in China. He is the poster boy. Is he feeling some pressure tonight?
Well, he insisted he wasn't, but how could he not? I mean, sometimes, and you have to learn how to deal with that. Manny Pacquiao did with basically carrying the Philippines as a country into the ring every time that he fought.
And Ruenroeng thought that he was going to feel some pressure. He said, Zou will represent his country, but I will be fighting for my